Chapter 13. I headed to my favorite ice cream parlor, Ripley's Ice Cream or Not, to get as many flavors as I could afford. I walked stiffly because a bike pedal had jabbed me in the back as I tried to break my fall by the flagpole. I stumbled through the doors of the ice cream parlor and sat in my favorite spot, a stool at the end of the counter. I had carved my name on the bottom of the stool using the tooth of a dog, the same dog I brought back from the dead, Fluffy. So this spot meant a lot to me. This was a spot where I could drown my sorrows and think clearly. This was a spot of shame. This was my holy ground. I waved to Quick Draw Joe, who is a regular in this parlor. He draws happy couples for a small price. Then I said hi to Sticky Harry, the server. Well, he's a big man with hairy hands that are sticky from years of scooping service he's paid minimum wage for. Hey Frank, you want the usual? Sticky Harry asked. Double hot fudge sundae on the cherry. Although I love digging through the fudge to get the cherry, I needed something stronger. Make it a rocky road on a cone and hide a gummy worm between the scoops, I said. That bad, huh? He asked. I nodded. Sure thing, boss. Watching Sticky Harry work his magic with the ice cream was very calming and helped me relax, but it wasn't enough. I created Ping to protect me, and all he did was punch me in the eye for it. My good eye, too. I hoped his heart, filled with betrayal, hurt him good. How could he do this to me? I took him in when no one else would. I shared my bathtub with him. I had never shared that with anyone before. I deserved getting punched by him for being so stupid. Although Ping's punch in the eye was soft compared to what Bradley would have done. Sticky Harry handed me the ice cream cone. It looked amazing. I took a lick or two, then smashed the rest of the ice cream cone in my pounding left eye. Why my left eye? It should have been my right eye, not my left. Take my right eye, just please don't hurt my left eye. Right then, my right eye saw something very surprising, something mysterious and foreign to me. I saw with my now amazing right eye, Ping and Monique walking to Ripley's Ice Cream or Not. What was going on? I quickly hid behind Quick Draw Joe, who was busy drawing me with an ice cream cone in my left eye. I was offended that he took advantage of my situation, but he captured the moment so perfectly, I couldn't help but slip him a $10 bill and tell him to drop it by my house later. Ping and Monique walked in, and Ping sat in my spot. He was going to be in big trouble when he got home. He'd definitely be sleeping in the doghouse tonight. But in the meantime, I wanted to hear their conversation. So I had to work quickly. I always carry spy equipment with me because you never know when you will need it. Like when you create an Asian man who stabs you in the back and then takes the girl of your dreams out for ice cream. I crept over and put an electronic bug on the bottom of my stool, the one Ping was now sitting on. Then I began to crawl to the front door. Just before I reached the door, I heard Frank. I froze on the floor. Frank, how will you be paying for the ice cream? It was Sticky Harry. I cleared my throat and caked on my thickest southern accent. Sir, please call me by my full first name, Frankleton. I am a Civil War veteran, and I feel I have earned the right to be called Frankleton. Furthermore, you should wax these floors more frequently, for it is rather difficult for a man with my disability to get around on such rough terrain. And what disability is that? Asked Sticky Harry. I was shot in the right leg during the Civil War, and that disabled me only in one leg, but it was when I was shot in my beloved left leg. But that's when I became physically disabled in both legs, and emotionally disabled, for my left leg was my favorite. So, how you paying for the ice cream, Frankleton? Sticky Harry asked. To answer your question, kind sir, if you could be so kind to put the ice cream on my tab, I said, and waited, and waited. Finally, sure thing, boss, Sticky Harry said. Then I belly crawled out the front door.